Welcome to episode 3 of the Long Distance Stitchers. This is our first non-parade
regular Flosstube.
Flosstube. And we're not saying the dates, but today is the 28th of August. I just realized because I was watching our other ones that we don't. Some people say the dates. We didn't say the dates.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Sunday.
About a month since we filmed our WIP parade and our last stitching update, so we have been busy.
Yes.
Maybe that's an understatement, but we have a lot to share.
Some of us busier than others. I've been pretty busy.
You've been busy. You've been working on bigger projects. So.
Yeah. I have a big finish.
Yeah.
One big finish. You want to start with haul?
Sure.
I went shopping.
Show us what you got.
Okay, so I went to Michael's because I needed some DMCs and I wanted to start kitting up a few more things because Lord knows I don't have enough stuff to stitch already. And I found these nice, fancy colored, I think they're printed. Does it say? Yeah, printed Ada. So it's 14 count, which like, I don't really stitch on 14 count anymore, but they're so pretty and I never see stuff like this at Michael's. So there's one kind of like peachy brown colored one, and then there's one sort of bluish green colored one. They're kind of glaring there. But yeah, they're really, really nice. And they're pretty big. They're 15 by 18 inches.
Yeah, you could do something pretty well sized on those.
Especially if I'm like using them for like smaller stuff, which I probably would, because for 14 count, I don't really like doing big stuff on 14 count. And then I got an order from 123 Stitch, and I think the main thing that I wanted was this Plum Street Samplers Tired Trio.
So cute.
Sloths, which I'm really excited about. I'm gonna do a few of these. I like their little animal stacks that they have. And then I also got this from Ink Circles, Get Kraken, which I know I talked about before. Yeah, I love the ships and the little mermaids and everything. I'm debating if I want to do it just this part and then like do that separately.
Oh,
like make like a bookmark or something out of just that. I don't know.
That would be cool.
Right? Because like it's already really big and I don't know if I want it to be like as big as it is. But
yeah, you should make it your own. If you don't want to stitch it all, you don't want to stitch it all.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem.
Or stitch it in parts. And then I just had kind of like stumbled into their like fabric section, and this is blue Lugana. Oh no, azure blue, and it's Lugana, and it's 32 count linen, and it's just this beautiful.
It's a really nice blue.
Color. I really like it. And then randomly, I also stumbled upon, I think I was searching for a pattern of a pineapple, which I had seen from someone else, and I can't even remember which one I was looking for. But instead, it brought up Crushed Pineapple by Classic Colorworks. So I was like, oh, I want that.
Obviously, you need to own it.
Yeah. And it's like this really light, like pale yellow color. It's really, really nice.
It's pretty.
Who knows what I'll use it for?
You'll have to find a pineapple to stitch.
Yeah, exactly. And then I got from Etsy, I've gotten bags from her before. This is Chiba Designs. These just like gorgeous projects.
Yeah, she makes really nice bags.
Fell in love with this tropical pattern.
She's Canadian, so it doesn't cost $20 to get it shipped to you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the shipping is very reasonable. I think she's in Newfoundland or Nova Scotia.
Something like that, I think.
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that was all the physical stuff that I got. And then I also bought some patterns. So Darling and Whimsy released her Summer Quakers, and I bought 3 of them.
Well, so we literally ran to buy them, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was just those 3 altogether, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's the flamingo and the turtle, which I really like.
Yeah, he's cute.
And the whale. Ooh, little whale.
I bought all 3 of those patterns as well, and a 4th one, which we'll get.
I got a 4th one too. I got the snail.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get that one.
I'm debating if I want to do, because I think I want to do this. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the snail. All the other ones, like as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing with this. But the snail, I was like, I really like it, but I just don't know if I'm going to do it like.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I also bought these 20 stitches, and Uncanny Kari have a new release of the trans
I
man
love him.
called Sailor's Delight, which now I have this blue.
Oh, he could go
I
on
didn't even think of it at the time, but I think that could be perfect. And I know I have these DMC colors because
it only calls for 3.
Yeah. And I'm 99% sure that I have them. So I feel like I can start that right away. And then I also, since I was buying stuff, I got their Hex Hotel pattern.
Just so pretty. So when that came out, I got the patterns of the little hexes, which I haven't stitched. It's on my fall plans this year. But I got a print of the Hex Hotel because I was like, that's huge. Oh, I don't know if I can commit to stitching that, but I have the print of it, so I should do something with that so I can put it out.
Yeah, it is really big, but it's not dense. There's a lot of negative space.
Yeah, there is. It's not as huge as you think it is. But.
And I really like the bright green accent color. Like, I think that's a really cool.
Yeah, Kari has great color palettes. Period. Right, everything she does.
Yeah, she's got a great eye for design. And then another thing that I bought, so I made an order for an expo pre-release because I'm getting the Autumn Garden threads. So I got the first of the ones that I'm going to do. This one is the Wild Violet one.
It's very cute.
And it's on her Gumroad. So I just got the digital pattern of it.
Nice.
Yeah. And it uses all 4 of the colors, and I'm really excited about it. And then I ordered 3 other ones that will be coming in September sometime, I think. So
yeah, I think our expo orders should hopefully be here for our next Flosstube. But
yeah,
you ordered from Abby Totnot, right? Yeah, and I ordered from Jessie Slave Pages, so it will be up to the whims of USPS and Canada Post if they're here by the end of the month or not.
I've been having such shipping issues lately that I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, they'll get here when they get here, hopefully.
Yeah, and I mean it's for like fall stitching, so like it's still 40 degrees here, so I'm not like I'm probably not going to start fall stitching for another few weeks. We'll see.
You don't feel it yet, whereas yesterday here it was less than 20 degrees and rainy, and so I fall up in my entryway.
Yeah,
I was feeling it.
Yeah, you're all set for fall.
And then it'll probably get hot again, and I'll grumble for a long time about it.
Yeah, it goes up and down.
Yeah,
all through September.
Was that everything you got?
Yes, that was everything in my pile.
I have a small pile of haul, more than I expected I'd have, but here we are. So we alluded to this last time, but I got a really great score on a stash site on Facebook.
Right, yeah.
So I got a fat quarter, right? Like a huge piece of 18 count murky for $15.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. So my thanks to the seller. I have lots of plans for it, including the pattern that I got from the same person as well, which is another classic Plum Street samplers, but it's called Beans Beans. And it goes beans beans, the magical brew. The more you drink, the more you'll do. And I'm going to put that right onto that murky, but there'll still be lots of murky left to do other things with.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
I love it so much. And basically
is that fabric?
It's 18 count.
Oh, okay.
So there's going to be lots of stitching space
Yeah.
on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I had this last time, but I forgot to show it. I've got the 2022 collector's issue of Cross Stitch Halloween. I love several of the patterns, but the one that I am most excited to start first, I don't know which page it'll be on. I just want to show you the one, maybe 37. I should have marked it. And I know other people have done flip throughs, so if you're interested in it, this really cute little mommy
from my library. Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so that'll be a really quick stitch because most of it's just the fabric.
Yeah.
Put it in a little hoop and very cute. So I'm excited about that. And then if you watched our WIP parade, you'll know that when I shared my 17th by Hands-On Design, I was like, oh, I don't really like the fabric. Well, basically right after we finished filming, I ordered the called for artichoke. And I got this. It is 18 count Aida. I think it's also a fat quarter, but it had to be, however, so it could be long enough to do the sides of the panel.
Yeah.
But that's the called for artichoke. So I'm excited to restart that project sometime soon. And I will probably, hopefully, be a lot happier with it than the fabric I was using. And then because things can't travel alone, I also got from 123 Stitch a punch needle embroidery kit. Just because I want to give punch needle a try. I subscribe to punch needle and primitive stitcher, so I have 800 punch needle patterns. So if I like it, then I can explore it more. So I got a kit. It comes with everything, and I got a little, I know there are much better punch needle tools out there, but I decided not to invest too much money into it until I know if I like it. So I will start that soon because that's another cute little sort of, it feels autumnal to me. Yeah. So, and then, so I live in quote unquote northern BC. It's actually the middle of the province, but how people define the north doesn't actually depend on if it's north.
North of Vancouver.
Right. But just recently a cross stitch store opened in Quesnel, BC, which is about an hour and a half away from me. So, it's not like I'm not going to run down there every week, but it's nice to have an in-person option. So I went down last weekend and got to look around the store, and I bought a few things, so I'll share those with you. And it's Bug X Stitch. So she's been selling online for a few years, so some of you might be familiar with her, especially if you're in Canada, and now she's opened up an actual storefront, which is really exciting. I got the Blue Flower Halloween Parade, which is one that I've liked a lot. I love those animals in their costumes.
That's cute.
So I have no immediate plans to start this one, but I have the pattern now. So when the time strikes, I can get it out and stitch on it. And then I found these two. They're Little House Needleworks, Northwood Express and North Pole Express, but their packages, they come with, I'll sort of hold it like this, they come with the colors.
Yeah.
What you're actually buying is the floss set, and then it comes with a pattern for each of them. But those little patterns are so cute. They'll make really cute ornaments.
Yeah.
And then I'll have, there'll be lots of floss left.
Yeah.
That's little,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, quick little Christmas stitches. But these are old. They're copyright 2014 and 2015. So she happened to have them, but I don't know how readily available they are beyond that. She does have more. So if somebody really wants them, maybe go connect with Bug X Stitch and see what she's still got. And that's all my haul. I've been buying things for like finishing things and stuff like that, but we don't need to go through everything I've ever purchased because we'll be here all day. And some of it you'll see in my plans as well for what I'm planning to finish between now and the next time we see each other.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of fabric for finishing things too, because I'm going to try starting to make pillows and like stuff like that, and then journaling things, like a bunch more stickers, all kinds of stuff like that. So you'll see them as
fun things.
Yeah. And then I wanted to talk about, so we are trying to be more active on our Instagram. So we did this like common threaded stitching challenge. If you guys follow us on Instagram, you may have seen it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And the common thread, did you download their pattern that they sent out?
I didn't download the pattern just because I honestly have so many free smalls. And while the pattern's really lovely, I didn't see myself starting it anytime soon, so I didn't add it to my digital hoard.
Yeah, exactly. I downloaded it because I do really like it,
Mhm.
and I wanted to show it. So it's from Hello from Liz Matthews, and it's just this kind of like heart.
It's
thing.
really cute.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's really cute. It's dense stitching, and
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah,
yeah.
Looking at it,
I
again,
have so many things to stitch already that I'm just not gonna add that to the list. So
But yeah, if anyone else likes that and wants to go get it, so it's the common threaded, yeah.
Common Threaded Stitcher. If you go to their Instagram, it's linked off their page.
Yeah. And yeah, they did like a really fun thing leading up to Expo where they're trying to like highlight new designers and like patterns that people like that are coming out. So we both kind of picked a bunch of different ones that we really liked, which is like not a complete list by any means. We had a hard time even like narrowing it down to like 4 or 5 or whatever we ended up picking.
And then after that, there was more stuff released, right? And then, oh, boom. I was trying really hard not to buy anything. I have bought 4 patterns, and that's which you will see next time. But
I haven't the only ones that I bought were the autumn garden ones. But I know I'm gonna buy. So
I bought 2 autumn gardens and then 2 big ones.
Yeah.
So that's enough. I don't need any more.
Yeah. But yeah, if anybody is interested in seeing what our favorite patterns were from what we saw so far at that point coming out of the Needlework Expo, it's on our Instagram. So yeah, go check that out. Alrighty, are you ready to show off your finishes? Do you want to do? Do you have any finishes that aren't fully finished?
Yes, I have one not fully finished one. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure. Because I only have 2. So
this was one of my WIPGO calls for August. So it's Plum Street Samplers Bigfoot Bunch. This is on a 16 count random Ada from an ornament pack I got, and I did a sulky conversion for the most part, and I used the DMCs in their faces where the pattern has you stitch 1 over 1, but the rest of it is a sulky conversion. And yeah, I really enjoyed stitching it. I love the green that's in the leaves, and of course I didn't bring my stuff with me, so I can't tell you which sulky it is, but it's one of their variegated ones.
Yeah, you can tell it's
it made them nice and stripy, and I embrace the stripes. I don't mind. Sometimes I'll stitch around so that you don't get the pooling in stripes, but I like it. So this I'm gonna make into either a pillow or a flat fold. Flat fold. I haven't really decided yet, but it'll be for my husband. So, and then I have the abominable snow bunch or abominable bunch. I forget exactly what she calls it, but the Yeti one that goes with it. So I will stitch that one next for him as well.
I like that they always do this Bigfoot and the Yeti together. It's like they're like cousins, I guess.
They are. They
are. Okay, so I have one finish that was a whip in our last video. So it is the Darling and Whimsy Quaker Loch Ness Monster.
So pretty.
And this, like it took me like no time. Like once I actually started like committing to stitching it, and I finished it like this morning in like a half an hour. That's finished, and I think that's going to be a journal page along with this one, which was a start and a finish, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm going to stitch that right away.
He's so cute too.
And it was this little turtle. And for this one, I used 2 different colors. So I have Creek Bed by Gentle Art Sampler Thread, which is like his body and then like the one frame. And then there's also like kind of blue-brown variegated color, which it was a hand-dyed by Rolanda. So I don't know the name. She doesn't name them. But it was like dark brown and then like a blue color. So I tried to I kind of like fussy started like, I did his feet and that in like the brown, and then I just did like whatever else
Use
for
the
the
rest. Yeah. Nice.
It
Nice.
turned
It's
out so
very
good.
cute.
I really like, because like the other ones I'm still kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it like this or like this or like whatever. But as soon as I saw that, and then I knew that I had that creek bed color, and I was like, oh my god, it would be so perfect, and I just started it immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think I might do like a double page together with like both of them because they're kind of similar in size.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. And those are my finishes that are not fully finished. I have one fully finished, so I'll go and then you can show all your
Absolutely. Yeah.
fully finishes. So I was, start of the month, like, I'm gonna do my WIPGOs and I'll work on whatever else. And then my friend decided that she was leaving and moving to, well, I don't know if she's moving, but she had her last day at work on Friday 2 weeks ago, was it? I don't remember. Anyway, but on Monday, I realized if I don't finish this and give it to her on Friday, I'll never finish it because she'll be gone and it'll be out of my hand. Like, I'll just be like, oh, I'll do it one day, and then I just would never do it. So I stitched on this for about 20 hours between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Thursday I stitched for 11 hours, and I finished it, and I washed it and ironed it and framed it,
and
I
it's
gave it to
so
her
cute.
Friday morning. And I cannot, like, I didn't think I had that much work left on it. Like, I was severely underestimating how much stitching that would be.
I always underestimate how long it's going to take to do things. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was about 20 hours that I still had, but it is finished.
Got it done.
Yeah. And that is
so
such
cute.
like a huge, just like, this thing is just like hanging over me, like, you gotta finish it, you gotta finish it.
Right.
And it is given away, and she is happy. She absolutely loved it. She absolutely loved it, and she was so surprised because she was trying to guess what it was gonna be, and I don't think she even thought that there could be like a cross stitch pattern of like little tiny sushis. So yeah,
That's funny.
and that is my big finish. So now I get to switch out the sushi on my WIPGO board for something else.
Or you could cross it off and just when it gets called, it's already done.
I mean, I could, but I want to work on the other thing.
Yeah.
So it's like a little reward.
Yeah. Okay. I
haven't even seen all of these.
I have 9 fully finishes to share with you. 9. Which I am so impressed with myself. I was saying to Megan before we started, if I had known Flosstube would encourage me to fully finish my cross stitching in this way, I would have started it years ago because I have a stack, as you all know, because you have seen it, of very many things. And I've got some things when we talk about plans that I'm already like getting everything together from that stack. So things will be finished because I'm motivated to show them to you. So yeah, it's really exciting. So the first one I'm going to show you. So if you watched our whip parade, in our haul there, I had just found a round trivet. I had said in our first Flosstube, oh, I'd like a round trivet for this one. And then I found a round trivet. I like willed it to happen. So then immediately after we got off, I went and I finished my Blackbird Design Midnight Ride. So I do need to learn. I need to take some lessons in how to work with my foam board a little bit better. So he's a little bit lumpy, but he's not on here in any way that I couldn't take him off and redo it someday when my skills are a little bit better. And then there's just a little bit, it's hard to see on the camera, a little bit of black rickrack around him, just to sort of give it a little bit more of a finished edge. And he's beautiful. There's some paper on the back to cover the back because it had the trivet itself has like a design on it, so to make sure that the light doesn't get through once he's hung. Like if I hang him on the white wall behind me, I don't want to see the white behind it, but he's beautiful and perfect and I love it so much.
It looks really good.
Yeah. So that's fully finished number 1. And that's of something that has been done for a while. The next 8 are all things that I stitched in the month of August and finished. So they're not in the order that I did them, just because some of them are in my journal and some of them are not. So I'm going to show you the ones that are not in my journal first. I don't know. I'll just show you things. So first up is Darling Whimsy Design Quirky Quaker Owl. And I found these cute little owl forms at the dollar store. So I painted it. It's like a glittery gold. I don't know how well you see the glitter, but I painted it and put him on there with a little bit of cute little trim around him. And I'm going to go stick him in my autumn display now that he's done.
Yeah.
So I love this.
What were your threads for that one?
I would have to go look. Okay, so I will be honest. I did not keep track of which threads I used for which Quirky Quaker, so I would have to go dig it up.
But they were all like fancy over there, right?
Yeah. Right. I dug through my stash and picked out different fancy flosses for all of them. So yeah, he's beautiful.
So cute.
And then the next one that I have finished is it was an exclusive Darling and Whimsy Quirky Quaker for the Stitch North retreat, which I did not attend. I was going to attend, and then I was feeling weird about COVID and didn't want to get on a plane, so I didn't go. Which, I mean, in the end, maybe I should have just gone. I don't know, but I didn't go. But they were really nice and let Megan pick up stuff for me at the retreat. And not only did she like get to pick up the stuff I pre-ordered, they let her take one of the kits for the retreat attendees for me. So I got the retreat goodies
for you. Yeah,
it was fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and there was still a bunch left over, so I think they just had made extras, and they were like, she ordered stuff, she might as well have a swag.
Yeah. So super generous, and we are signed up for Stitch North second weekend, 2023. So very excited. I'm not going to be a chicken this time. So.
And you have other things you want to do. It's not just going to Stitch North.
Yes, so. My sister lives in Ontario, and I haven't seen her since 2017. Is that the year that we went? I think it was 2017. Yeah. So it's too long. Yeah. So this is, I forget, they have a really long title with it, but it's a heart in hand.
Something about friendship, something. Yeah.
And the kit was a collaboration between Deanna at Darling Whimsy Design and the ladies at Brennan Needle. So it's Brennan Needle fabric and Brennan Needle flosses, which again, the pattern has it on it. I did not keep it handy. So I don't know the colors of the flosses, but they're beautiful and they were super generous. There's so much floss left over after stitching this even that I'll be able to use it in lots of other projects. So
I know that the black was the Belle Island ore. It was the same one that I bought for my hat because I didn't even look
at I think the other one is something about jam.
Okay, yeah.
Their names are quirky and fun. I love them.
Yeah.
So that is fully finished 2 and 3. And then my next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are in my cross stitch journal. So this is a journal from Angela Drake at Twisted Rabbit Creations. And she makes these journals and they're just coffee dyed pages inside. And she'll just every once in a while, she'll list a bunch on her Instagram. And if you're lucky, you grab one. And not only did I get one, but I got one covered in porgs and R2D2s, which is perfect. So I have done a few things. First of all, I am a patron of Uncanny Kari on Patreon. And so for August, end of July, start of August, BC had a super bad heat wave and she was feeling the heat. So she designed this little window with a giant burning sun in it and she calls it Gothic Summer. So I stitched this. It probably took me 3 hours or so, I think, to stitch. I did it in étoiles to make it extra shiny because I can't get over the étoiles. And then I just added some other, like this is a art card from Kari that I got with another purchase and just some other like bits and bobs. This came in the Spring Fling box. These stickers came with my Halloween purchase, that sort of thing just to go with it and her business card. So that's my first one, Gothic Summer. And it was on a scrap of something. I don't even remember what it was because it was a month ago that I did that. And then I have 3 Quirky Quakers on the next pages of my journal. So I've got the Puffin, which I did. This one I didn't, I did it all in one color, and I think it was a Rolanda color, but I'm not 100% sure. But this nice gray blue variegation, and he turned out beautiful. And then I have the turtle, which is 3 different colors. So the pattern tells you to do some of the motifs and things in the same as the green for his feet and his head, which you saw on Megan's, but I did just the outside motif in one blue, and then the turtle with 2 different greens. And then my whale has one floss that I did on the outside, and then the whale himself is, I did 1 strand of a solid color and 1 strand of DMC light effects that I had left over from my Owl Forest like Sea King kit. So he's shiny and it looks like you can see him just a little bit on the screen there. So those are those 3. And then I put some paper and stuff behind it. I had put like stickers and stamps behind here. And then when I went to put the whale on it, it looked kind of hokey. So I just covered them back up again, and it will look really cute.
Yeah, I like it.
And then I also did the Quirky Quaker Flamingo, which I did with leftover Owl Forest embroidery floss for one of the pinks. And then I don't even remember what the other pink was, but another variegated pink. And he turned out beautiful as well. I did this page. And then this over here, this is a little octopus puppet that a very special kiddo in my life made for me. And I just put it in there. It used to live on my fridge, but it hasn't lived there for a while. So I made a page for it and thought I could go in here so that when I'm looking through, I remember that too.
That's so cute. I like that.
So those were finishes 4, 5, 6, 7. No, wait. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Went into the journal, and there's lots of pages left in there to play with. And so I will slowly fill that up, or quickly in spurts of energy, because I put all those in there between yesterday and today.
Yeah.
And then my last finish, which is my finish I'm most excited about, is it was a purchase that I didn't tell you about, but it is Sailor's Delight by D's 20 Stitches and Uncanny Kari. And he is gorgeous. I stitched him in a mix of Etoile and the called for DMCs. So he sparkles, and I'm really glad the light's picking that up. And I threw some Etoile randomly in other places as well, but this was a pleasure to stitch. It's on a 40 count ornament piece from Fortnite Fabrics, from their Fabric of the Month Club. But the subtle blue and pink in the fabric just reminded me of the Trans Pride colors, so I thought it was the perfect fabric to stitch him on.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he turned out beautiful. He's in this shadow box frame, and he's gonna go live right next to my 1884 Lady Man. That's my last fully finish.
Wow. It's very inspiring.
Right? So many things done.
I really need pinking shears to like.
Oh yeah, you should invest in the pinking shears. It makes them all look very nicely finished, and all you have to do is cut around it. So
I gotta get some of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next on our list was starts. And although I started 8 things this month, I also finished all 8 of them. So I have no starts to share at this point.
I have one start, which is also a WIPGO thing, which I knew I needed to start. So,
well, how about you start with that, and then we can move into our whips from there.
So my first start, or my only start for the month, that was a WIPGO goal, which was this. No. Whips. So it's the Northern Lights by Amanda Butler. So pretty. This. And it's so beautiful. And I love these colors so much. They have been such a joy to stitch with. And I have one more day of my goal, so I will do another little chunk. But yeah, that's
so pretty.
That's 4 days worth.
Yeah.
So I have 3 different greens and 1 blue that I've put in. No, 3 different greens and 1 blue that I've put in so far.
Looks
But
so good.
it's stitching pretty quick. Like, and it's not, it's like, it's full coverage, but it's like the kind of full coverage that I don't mind, where it's not confetti. It's like big chunks.
So you can just do an area.
Yeah.
Do an area.
But it's also not just like rows and rows and rows of the same thing over and over again. Like, it's enough variety that I'm like, okay, time to move on to another color. So yeah, it's been really good. So that's my only start, and then my whip, which I have now completed my goal of, which is this by the Historical Sampler Company, the Boat Birth Sampler. So and my goal was 5 days, but my actual goal was to finish 2 more squares, and I did it. So I finished. I finished the little fishies right here, and I finished that sailboat.
It looks so good. I really like that sailboat.
Yeah,
and there's
another one.
Is it white or is it just negative space between the blue and the sail?
It has white, so it has rows of white in between the blue and in between the white or the red. Yeah. Although it's like you can't really tell. It's just like
probably could have gotten away with not doing it.
Done. And I'm just realizing now that there's like this little seagull on top of this.
Oh, you can't
building
even see him.
That's completely white, and so I'm already thinking like, am I gonna do him in like a gray?
You know what you should do?
Something.
Because you have the white étoile now. You should do a strand of white étoile and a strand of like a really light gray.
Yeah.
So that he stands
kind of out, shiny.
And then he can sparkle too.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking, I wasn't thinking but I have that étoile. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a good idea. Yeah, because I can't, like, you can't even see him like on the pattern, like on the page, like there, it looks like nothing. And since I did it, I think even on the thing, it's like, it suggests like antique white or something, but like mine is like white. Like, yeah. So I was like, oh, that's not even gonna show up.
Yeah.
But yeah, a shiny gray seagull would be.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so those were my 2 WIPGO whips, and I have 1 more day to do on the Northern Lights, which I mean it's the 28th, so I still have a couple of days, so I'll be able to finish that. And then I'm trying to get caught up on my Under the Sea. So of course there was a new clue released this week, which is funny because I sent it to Meghan and I was like, I took way too long to even realize what part of this was new. But it is basically they've released the border that goes all the way around the outside. So that
it probably would have taken me a minute too to figure out what's going on, but I really
I was like, is there new fish? Like I was like, maybe those other fish weren't there before. I don't remember. But no, it's the border. I just didn't look. And I'm
you working on the clue before that or 2 clues before that?
So I was still working on, this is 6, and I was working on 5. Yeah, I was working on 5 because 5 is the puffer fish.
Okay.
And the jellyfish. Okay, yeah. So 4 was the jellyfish.
Okay, so you're just finishing 4.
And then 5 was the puffer fish and the scuba diver.
Okay.
So I'm still working on 4, and then
you're almost done.
5 and then 6. So yeah. So today I almost finished a jellyfish. But all of this is pretty much what I did since the last video. So I did these seahorses, and I finished everything down in the treasure chest.
Yeah.
And I did one seahorse as a crayon seahorse from the Little
Absolutely.
Aquatic, which was a good idea that my friend Megan suggested to me.
She's pretty smart.
And since I didn't like want to like get different colors out, so I just got out stuff that I had like already been using like down in the treasure chest and like all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
he's so small. It's not like you could really do all the colors anyway,
Yeah.
but he looks so cute.
Yeah, so there's like a little bit of blue and some green and some purple. And then just the yellow that was like the color it was originally supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm going to play around because I still have 2 more jellyfish to do that I'm going to play around with those and do those in different colors too. So actually the thing that's taking the most time is me debating if I'm going to change stuff or just leave it.
But then you're going to get a piece that you love at the end, so it's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I'm not like, I would like to stay caught up, but like, if I don't, I don't. It's fine.
You're still able to finish it after the stitch along ends. That's
exactly.
Yeah, there's no, okay, it's done. Put it away.
Yeah, like they're gonna take away all the patterns from me when it's done.
No. So that's all your whips?
That was, yes, that's everything I've worked on because I've spent like a week working on that sushi and that took up the most amount of time. So
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so I have just a few whips to share. So last time I showed you my Jackalopian tapestry, which was one of my WIPGO in July, and I was done my WIPGO, but I just spent a few more days stitching on it. And I got, I think I was still working sort of, I finished his backpack, maybe did a little bit more of the jackalope itself and finished the berries off, I believe, in that time. I'm not 100% sure. If I can figure it out, there'll be like a last time image for all of these, but yeah, so I've put them away for now. And oh, I might have also finished this. I really don't remember. I should have looked, but he's basically, I think at this point, halfway done because I have the other 2 borders to do across the bottom and up the side, and then the bottom half of the jackalope. So
those are big.
He's fantastic. And the jackalope itself is in Dinky Dyes Silk, which is my first time using Dinky Dyes, I think so. But I love it a lot, so it's been a lot of fun to stitch. And then my next whip, and I just put one more day into this, so is the Halloween Carousel by the Witchy Stitcher, which was her first Patreon chart in July. And so I had just the cat head, so now I've just come down and started the top of the carousel. If you love the Witchy Stitcher, you know that she loves black, excessive amounts of black. So I can only work on this for a little bit, and then I need to go do something with a bit more color. But I'm going to try and get a lot of the black done first, so that then when I have time to work on it more, I'm just filling in. And it's bright oranges and teals, right? So it'll be a lot of fun to fill in the color. So. And I really like this fabric, and I'm really hoping that the new Emo Birds pattern from Lindy Stitches will fit on the other half of the fabric that I have. So I'll get the pattern and I'll figure it out. Oh, by the way, I ordered that pattern. I didn't tell anybody.
Did you order the book?
I didn't order the book. I just ordered the Emo Birds because I have.
I'm gonna get the book.
So the book has 6 patterns in it, and I have 4 of them. Like there's only 2 patterns in the book that I don't have. I haven't decided I'm going to get the book. I really want the goth chicken, so I probably will end up getting the book because I love the goth chicken. So
if she's not going to release it separately, you don't think?
She hasn't said anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I really want the goth chicken.
So
that's but I also I'll do the Raven like shiny things one, and the vultures is in there as well. Yeah.
No, the vultures is a separate pattern.
Oh, okay.
The Emo Birds with the vultures, it's a separate pattern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do like the book though.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah.
And then my other WIPGO for August is Maggie the Messmaker. So that's what I've been working on the past few days here. And so I started this shaker box wasn't finished, and then so I did all the blue in there, and then I've been filling in sort of by color. So like I was using brown, and I still had some of my threads, so I went up here where there was other brown in the window, and now I did a bunch of black fill in, and now I'm working with this gold yellow color. So I'm just sort of filling things in, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to move over or if I'm going to go down now that I'm sort of done this corner. And I'm also trying to decide if I want to backstitch as I go or not, because there's going to be a lot of backstitching on the pattern, but I also don't necessarily want to backstitch and have the looser threads mucked up. I might do the backstitching that's sort of like box by box and leave the rest of it for the end, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I've done 4 days on it, so I only need 1 more day to meet my WIPGO goal, but I'm going to work on it until the end of August because just get a few more days in it to get some more progress. Plus they're at this point after today, they're work days, so they're not major stitching days anyway. The weekend is where all the action is.
Yeah.
So that's all my WIPs.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I stitched 800 other things and finished them all.
Started and finished 8 things, but I only have 3 WIPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so September WIPGO. So the 2 that she called, one is the Funky Menagerie by Lindy Stitches, who we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So I'll show the picture, unless you have yours just like handy. Do I have? Yeah, so it's in.
You mean this one?
Yeah, that one.
I've been making a frame for it, so it will be a fully finished for next time we see you. But
oh, perfect. Yeah, I have mine. I have this Funky Menagerie, and so yeah, I'm gonna do 5 days on that. I'm kind of like, I really want to start some of the animals, although like I don't dislike that border.
No, it's a pretty good border because it's not super repetitive, but
yeah.
The animals are also really fun because you can sort of do an animal and then it's done.
And since it is like, because it was a stitch along, so maybe I'll try to like do it in like sections as well. But we'll see. But yeah, I have a 5-day goal for that one. So this is where I'm starting at. Just that little
really major start you have there. Yeah. Every start counts.
Every start counts. And it was like, that was one of the New Year's Eve starts. So it was like, work on it for an hour. And then, yeah. And then my other one is to finish my Christmas stockings that I showed in our finish parade. Because the stitching, cross stitching on them is done. But I guess it's more of like a sewing WIP than a cross stitching WIP, because the finishing is the thing that's going to take the longest amount of time. And it's blanket stitching them together. So that is going to be my other WIPGO thing for this month, which is actually perfect because I've also decided to join the ABC Ingo challenge. So this is a C Zooks stitching thing. So she has a group.
It's their magazine monthly challenge group.
Magazine monthly challenge. So it's part of that. So there's 2 that you could do in September. So they have a month, they have the magazine thing this month, which is the theme is travel. And then the acrostic is escape. So if you wanted to, you could like pick one thing you're supposed to do it like magazine patterns, like from magazines, but it doesn't have to be. Like it's like anything. It's your board, it's your stitching, it's whatever you want. So their theme is travel. If you have like a travel pattern from a magazine that you're like, oh, I really want to work on that, I'll do it as this like stitching challenge. And then the acrostic is escape. So you can like pick one pattern for each letter and do that, which I was thinking of doing because I do have a lot of magazine patterns because I've like been checking out all the magazines from the library. But then she kept talking, and the other part of it is this like ABC Ingo challenge. So there's 25 squares because it's like a bingo board, and you pick. So they did letters A through Z except for H because they just like left one off, and H is like a really common stitching pattern letter. So they're like, okay, we'll try to make it harder instead of leaving off like Z or something. Yeah, of course. So you can do whatever you want, however you want to fit it into the letter. It's up to you. whatever. And then every day she calls the letter for the next day, and then you're supposed to stitch 100 stitches or an hour. So like I don't really count my stitches because I don't use Pattern Keeper, and like I just stitch as much as I stitch. And so I'm gonna probably do like an hour or however long. Like maybe I'll just stitch until I'm not like that's my stitching for the day or whatever, as long as it's like at least an hour. And then when you cross off, because everybody randomizes their board differently, so it won't be like WIPGO where like everyone has the same things.
People randomize their WIPGO board.
That's okay, weird.
You don't get the bingo at the same time as everybody else, right?
Yeah, so. I guess it makes sense. I just didn't think of it that way, but yeah, I guess you could. But yeah, so everyone will have like different boards, and then when you get 5 in a row, then you get entered to win like gift cards and like things like that. So, and I think like also like now that I have like a pile of whips that I didn't have before, it's kind of like, oh, this will be good for me to like
work your way through things,
like work on stuff. And since I only have like the one stitching thing for this month, the Funky Menagerie, so and which is also on the board.
Did you get it on 5 times?
For what?
Did you put the Funky Menagerie on 5 times?
No. I just put one for each one.
One for each.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So I have. What if I have that picture? I sent it to you. It's gonna save it. Anyway, I'll show my board next video probably. But yeah, so I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of whips, some of which are on my WIPGO board still, some of which are not, and then some are going to be starts. So it was like however I could make it fit to the letter.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So I have 20 to 5 totally different things. So some of them will be new starts and some of them will be whips that are currently whips. And then, yeah. And then some of them like will be stuff that I probably wouldn't have worked on at all this month otherwise. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works out. If I actually get a bingo on any of them. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I am not even going to attempt it because September is a crazy month at work and I probably will not stitch every day, and getting out a new project every day to stitch on.
No.
It's not the right timing for that. So I got for my WIPGO calls, number 3 was my Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. And so I put all of my Shores for Hawk Run Hollow calls on for a block each. So and I put it on there 3 times. So this is the second one. So when this one was, when the first WIPGO was called for this year, I did half of the big center block because that still took the majority of the month because there's a lot of stitching in this block. So now I've got the other half of the block to do, which is the rest of the sails and the boat and this big compass and that anchor, which is going to be a lot of stitches. It's still going to take a long time. You'll see I'm having fun with the sails and making them a little bit different and making them my own. Partly because on my fabric, the white isn't going to show up very well. But I'm using a mix of A12 and DMC and just building a fun ship. I threw in a little bit of red because why not?
Why not?
Yeah. So I will keep working away on that one. So that one isn't a number of days. It's just when the block is done, my WIPGO is complete. So yeah, there's that one. And my other WIPGO call is the Primitive Needle Cape Cod Boys, which is this cute little sampler. And I've got pretty good start on it. And so I'll have 5 days on it and we'll see how much I can do. Those borders have a lot of stitching in them and I'm trying to keep the border going as I go down the pattern because otherwise I'd get to the end and only have border left and wouldn't want to do that. So, but I also don't want to do just a border. So pulling it down. So I will keep working on that one and see how far I get. I don't think I'll get it done. But you never know if I time it right. So I only have weekends to work on it. Maybe if I only pick it up on Saturday and Sundays and spend like 4 hours working on it each time, maybe, but I'm making 0 promises. So that's my WIPGO. That's all my stitching plans. But I do have a couple plans to make FFOs based on some things I found as purchases, which I didn't share already, but I thought I would share with you. So it'll motivate me to have them done for next time we see each other. So I found this giant wooden bat at the dollar store. Like, it's huge.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a flat finish of my Gone Batty and put it on the bat. So I'll paint the bat black and put the cat on it. And then Michael's has, so I got one of these that's like autumnal things too. But then they have these things of Halloween. One is just ribbon, and then one is all sorts of trims for an amazing price. I think they're like $13, right? Like, it's amazing. So I'm going to pick 1 or 2 trims to go with that and make it all fancy. And then also in the Halloween spirit, so I'll use the same trims with it. I found this cobweb. I think like it was with all the wreath making stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I found that.
Like, you're meant to like put ribbons and stuff around it or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to finish my Barbara Anna design with the green and center her in it. And maybe get like some sparkly spiders to put on there, and some of those other trims. And I think that'll be a really cute Halloween finish too. So now that I've told the internet I'm going to do those, I will have to do them.
Yeah.
So that's the things that I'm planning to work on, and as always, I will find other things to work on as well. That's how it goes. People
release stuff, you start stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if my autumn garden kit stuff comes with, like, it's supposed to start shipping in September, but she didn't really say when. So
depends on how fast the
and it's coming from California.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I mean, it's got a ways to go. But if it comes before the end of the month, I will start one of those immediately. I will probably start the Wild Violet one first because I really, really like it. Yeah. So I make no promises to only work on the things that I've already talked about.
Folks will just have to come back to see what we worked on.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to be an interesting month because I'm also taking classes again in September. I'm taking 2 classes in September, starting in September. So,
yeah, and I'm spending a week away from home for work, so that should be. It could possibly lead to more stitching because I will have nothing to do.
Yeah.
I am not at work.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, and it's nice to have like little stuff that you can like finish when you're
when you travel, right? Like, that's why I got all those quirky Quakers done, because I took only quirky Quakers with me on a trip.
Yeah,
and so that's all I could work on. Couldn't get distracted by anything else. So you start them and you finish them. You start them and you finish them because they only take a few hours each. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll probably do another one towards the end of
September. Yeah.
Let's see where we're at with my ABC bingo. Yeah, if you guys want to join along with that, it's on the magazine. I'll link to it. I'll link to it in the box because I also had a hard time finding it. It's like a Facebook group.
Yeah, you can join the Facebook group without having to participate.
Yeah.
If you just want to see what's going on, you can click in and join it. They run those monthly challenges like they've been several years now doing it. So
yeah. And so I'll link to that, and thanks for watching.
If you're with us, like, subscribe, leave a comment type things. We've been toying around with potentially doing a giveaway sometime soon, so watch our Instagram for details on what we're thinking about doing, because we hope to entice more folks to watch and engage with us. So thank you if you returned after our very long 2 intro videos for this, hopefully shorter, but I haven't been paying that much attention to the clock video.
I mean, it's probably been more than a half hour, but
more than a half hour, but I think not quite a full hour.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes on the editing floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
See you next month, hopefully.
With more stitching.